First one is MAC flooding attack. We already know MAC, media access control. It is basically a 48-bit address which is burned on your interfaces. On all your interfaces, this is basically a 12 digits. So if you want to find out, let me go to CMD. If I type git MAC, so it will show me all my MAC addresses. Either is a virtual interface, either is a wireless or wire, whatever. Every interface has a 12 digits number. We call them a MAC address, which is in hexadecimal 48-bit. And this MAC address is basically divided in 12 digits. So the first 6 digits is called organization unique identifier, and the other 6 is a serial number. Either you can say the first 24-bit is called organization unique identifier. Okay, from my side is okay. If somebody else has an issue, so they can message. So I was talking about the MAC address. Okay, so every interface is a burn address. All right, okay. So it means you can easily find out if you have the first 6 digits, so you can find out the company, that which company has this MAC address. All right, okay. And we call this MAC address many name, hardware address, physical address, fixed address, burn address, 48-bit address, BIA address, NIC address, Ethernet address, data link layer address, layer 2 address, manufacturer adapter card address, interface address, hardware address. And Linux, you may find Ethernet address. Maybe in some router, you will see BIA address. So it's similar thing. So if I go to my label, let me quickly show you the MAC address here. So if I go to enable and show interface, E0, sorry, fast Ethernet I have, which interface fast Ethernet 1/0. So here you will find out the BIA address. They call them here BIA, burn-in address. And Windows we call them physical address. And Linux we call them hardware address. So if I go to any Linux based operating system or Kali Linux, whatever, so here you will find them is hardware address. So they have many name of this. Here they call them Ethernet address. So I told you it's called them Ethernet address as well. These are the different name of MAC address. Okay, so now we know the MAC address, which is very important in layer 2. And all the communication happened through a MAC address. Now coming to the attack related to MAC. There are many other MAC spoofing attack and so many other. One of them is MAC flooding attack. MAC flooding attack basically to flood with the fake MAC addresses your switch. So the switch will, because switch storing these MAC addresses is limited. There is a small chip, they call them CAM table, and they store those MAC addresses. So if I go to switch and let me show you, suppose this is a switch, let's see how many MAC address this switch can store. So if I say show MAC address count, so they can store 209388488. They can store that much MAC addresses. Right now they have learned 4 dynamic address and there is no static address configure. So it means if I do a MAC flooding attack and I fill up this one, so the switch will start behave like a hub and they will broadcast every packet. You know this situation, yeah? Like a hub, you know what is the difference between hub and switch. So this is called MAC flooding attack. Basically CAM table is the layer 2 communication happened through these MAC addresses. If I check show MAC address table, so these are the MAC addresses of these connected systems. So when these systems want to communicate with each other, so switch will forward based on these MAC addresses. They learn these MAC addresses first time they're broadcasting, then next time they learn the MAC address, and this MAC address will be learned for How long time? Aging time you can check is 300 second. 300 second means 5 minutes. So they will keep these MAC address. If nobody is using for 5 minutes these addresses, it will be washed out automatically. So we call them CAM table or MAC address table. Now coming to our point, so which is very important in every switch. Now the attack related to this one of them is MAC flooding attack. So MAC flooding attack, what will happen? We will spoof and we will send fake MAC addresses in huge number to this switch, and the switcher will say I am full with MAC addresses and I can't learn more addresses, and they will start react like a hub and they will broadcast each packet, and then you can put any Wireshark or any other capture tool, because every packet will be broadcast, so all the packet will come to the hacker and they can get the details. So this is the scene behind the MAC flooding attack. So let me show you. So right now in this switch 3, this is a small topology. Let me quickly explain you. This is my DHCP server. I changed the MAC address to. By the way, MAC address cannot be changed permanently, but for spoofing and for any other purpose, you can temporarily change your MAC address. So I changed the MAC address of this router to 11. This PC is 33 MAC address. This server is 77 MAC address. This one is 99 MAC address. And Kali Linux MAC address is 88. And this system is 4 MAC address. Now this switch is connected. These are the devices connected to this switch. So right now they only learn few MAC addresses. Show MAC address table. So only 5 MAC addresses being learned by this switch. Now I can do a take on this switch to fill up this MAC address table. So what I can do, there is I have Kali Linux and OWASP top 10. You know OWASP top 10, the top 10 attacks which can be happen on the web server, either web application related. You can go to their website. So there, this is their vulnerable server. So I install here, and PHP Action. This is also another vulnerable server where you can do your all cyber security attacks. And definitely Metasploitable. So it's also the vulnerable server. You can use any of these. Okay, so let's go to attack on this switch MAC flooding, which is so easy. So what I need to do, I need to log in to my Kali Linux. The username and password by default is Kali and Kali. Okay, and you can download this Kali Linux from their website. And let me go to sudo and su. Sudo means super user do, and su to switch user, and then I say Kali. Kali is the password. Control Shift +2 if you want to increase the size, and make off. Very simple. You can type this, and also you can type I and Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0 is basically the interface. So I say send a huge number of MAC addresses, okay, on this interface. So if I go to switch now, so this switch will be filled up with many MAC addresses. You can see before it was 5, and now you can see a huge number. Let me stop that one, because sometime it will crash. So because it's like a DOS attack as well. And here you can see they learn a huge MAC addresses. So if I run this attack for more than 5 minutes, so this switch will be down, either the MAC address table will be filled up. So almost how many they learn? Show MAC address table count. So now they say I have 4560. So within a second they learn 4560 MAC addresses. Is the use of command. Yeah, command is here. It's so simple. If you type make off, if it is not installed, you can install in Kali Linux, and I can share you my Kali Linux. I already install each and everything and make them ready. I make them update, because in new Kali Linux they remove make off. By the way, there are many other tools also available to do the same attack, but this is the simple one so that you can get the idea. And these much is available still. So now before it was 5, now they learn that much, and you can run this command again and you will see it will increase. So let me send them again few fake MAC addresses, and this way now if we check again, so it was 4560, yeah, now it's 5932. Yes, this is the interface name. Even though you can, without that one you can do. Let me remove. So I directly enter make of. Again, it is 5932, yeah. So because the switch is stopped, so let me stop this one because it will send huge. So that's why sometime it stop. You know, it's like an error now is coming. So now before it was 59, now it 8473. So without interface you can also enter. Just make off and it's enough, and they will send the packet on this interface. So the interface of this Linux is, let me show you, fconfig. So this is the Ethernet 0. So I say send huge MAC addresses on this interface, and basically this interface is connected here. So that's why this switch is filled up with spoof MAC addresses. Now yes, because if we fill up, because you know the switch I use, they have many MAC address and it's taking time. And other I will prove you, but this one, because I tested this one, is taking huge time and sometimes it's crash, then I start again. So that's why. But if you fill up this one, so yes, it will start like a hub, because they cannot store more MAC addresses. So they will broadcast all the packet on their port beside this port, because they receive them, but it's stopped now. So they will start to send the broadcast packet on all these interfaces, because they cannot store any more MAC addresses. Okay, so that's why it will react like a hub. And finally, we will discuss the countermeasure later on. The countermeasure, one of them is port security, because I don't want to apply right now. The reason is I want to test more things. So one of them is countermeasure of MAC flooding attack to configure port security on your access port and allowed only 1 or 2 MAC addresses. So when they are receiving huge MAC addresses, so the interface will go to error disable. But we know port security can be bypassed easily. So the second step is .1x and then next solution. So these are the three solution to protect such attack. Okay, now let's move to another attack, which is a DOS attack. DOS, we know, denial of services. It means the services will deny your traffic. So what the attacker do, basically they send a huge number of requests to the server or system. So when the proper user try to access the services, it will not be available. And maybe they can down the services. So as when legitimate user try to access the resources, so it will not be available. So this type of attack is called. The countermeasure for MAC flooding attack is a port security. I will show you and later on when we discuss all these attacks. Because if I apply port security on this interface and show you we protect this one, so later on I cannot do the starvation attack, DHCP starvation attack in the same one. Okay. So what I was talking about, DOS attack, denial of services. So this way you can bring down the services and it will not be available for proper user. Some example of DOS attack is ping of death to send a huge ping packet. Then TCP SYNC flooding attack, CDP flooding attack, buffer overflow attack, Icmp attack, and there are many more. So these are called DOS attack. There is DDoS attack as well. So two type of attack related to DOS. Denial of services related. One of them is denial of services DOS, and the second one is DDoS. When you are doing the attack from different hosts, so we call them distributed denial of services. Distributed means from many sources you are going to attack on one server or one services or system or network. While if you are try to send a huge packet from one system, we call them DOS. So this is the difference between. Yes, somebody try to ask something. Okay. For the DDoS, normally we use botnet or Zombia. These are the two examples. you need to control other system, and from other system you can attack someone. So we call them, those system we call them botnet, either we call them robot network. Botnet means robot network, and zombie. A zombie are also when you take a control of other users, maybe normally it's children, or maybe someone else when they don't know, so you can control their system, sending them picture or so many other things, and you can control their system, and from their system you can attack someone. So their type of attack is called DDoS attack. So let me show you a few example of DOS attack. Okay, let me show you the first one, ping of death attack or ICMP flooding attack. So in my topology I have a one system PC1. Yes, we can down the system and services and network. Okay, I will show you in my lab. But in real world we have many protection. You know, in firewall we can protect that if someone is sending huge traffic up a ping, so drop them. There are many ways to drop them. In Palo Alto, when I teaching students, so I show them. You can go through those videos. So we protect the DOS attack in FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint firewall, Palo Alto firewall, and the whatever I teach, any other ASA firewall and FTD. So I teach these 5 firewall, and all of them I show them how to protect DOS attack. Anyway, so now let me show you DOS attack. I have 2 system in my topology, PC1 and PC2. PC1 IPS 21 and this is 22. Let me start send a packet, normal packet 192.168.1.22. Sorry, 22. Let me close this, by mistake I type. Yeah, so let me make them continue. So in my network I am trying from PC1 to PC2 continuously. I am sending a packet. Okay, it's a normal packet, is no issue. Let me do ping of death, either ICMP flooding attack, DOS attack on this PC. So ICMP flooding attack, ping of death attack is basically type of DOS attack. So let me go to attacker, which is our Kali Linux, and here what I can do, Control L to clear the screen, and I can type hping. So hping is a utility. I will show you how you can get the help. Okay, and then I need to type 1. Okay, and flood. I will show you how you can get the idea. And then I can type 192.168.1. What was the IP of this PC? Is 21. And let me type 21. Okay, and enter. Now after a while you will see this PC will stop working. Look it. It's a queue is full. Because I sent them a huge packet of ICMP. You can see those ICMP packet. You can start a Wireshark from here, either this side. So I can show you this side as well. If I try to capture, so basically this Kali Linux is sending a huge packet of ICMP. Okay, so which this PC cannot control. So the PC start to, they say the queue is full, and if you run them, this PC will crash after a while and they will stop working totally. So you can see their response after 100 query, and if I start to capture that what thing they are receiving basically. So I'm sending a huge ping request. So let me start. I need to stop because sometimes they are sending huge packet. Control C, and let's see. Let me start again. Sometime it will not show, so let me start and capture 0/0 interface. Then I will do attack later on. Yeah, you can attack, but it's not recommended to do the attack on your system. Okay, so this PC is crash. Okay, start working again because I stopped. Let me capture again. Just give me a minute to start the Wiresharks so that I can show you the packet which they are receiving. Okay, and now it started, I believe. And let me show you now. Let me do attack again on this PC. So if start pinging, you see ICMP echo, they are receiving they are sending huge packet to this PC, and that's why the PC stop working. You can see it's not working. If I stop this one, it will start work. The PC will start work again after a while, because still huge packet being sent to this PC. So that's why the PC stop work, and they say my memory is full, I cannot control this traffic, huge traffic is coming to me, and there is nobody to take back the answer. So this is called ping of death attack, either ICMP flooding attack. And you can see it's basically sending echo. Okay, so this was showing you from here, and after a while, because it will take some time, because it was a huge packet we sent them. Now coming to the utility which I use them, so as soon as you can find this, the command I use, yeah. So as soon as how you can do, you can find, you can type -- help, it will show you all these switches to use. So I use one, yeah. So the one is here, one is for ICMP flooding, it's here. If I go up, here is, so I use -1. -1 means ICMP. You can use for TCP, UDP, and then I use flood. Okay, so for flooding and more detail, what you can do, this the command, by the way, I type hping3 -1 -- flood, and then the destination IP. You can use many other switches as well, like a spoof IP. You can put any IP, so they will not recognize you that who sent this packet. And the second thing, if you need the help, so you can type manual and then hping, sorry, let me type man and hping3, and here you will find more detail. Let's go up. So the command I use flood, yeah. So these are more switches you can use fast as well to send them faster packet. Here is this the command I use. So they say that if you want to take care, so you can use this one to flood them. So I use this command, and the one I show you, one is for ICMP attack. So I use one to send a huge packet, and they will give you some example as well. And this hping can be used for many things, not for this attack only. It's a great utility to use for many sort of attack. Let me type Q to quit from here. So this was the ICMP flooding attack. Let me stop and send again, so it will start work again. Now the PC start work again. Yes, of course. So if you send them huge, so they will stop. And it's like suppose you are working somewhere and thousand people come to you that give me this thing, and when you try to give them something and they disappear, so it means nobody to take them, and a huge people, maybe thousand people asking you to give me something. So you can only control up to 10, 20, maybe 100. But if there is 1,000 query coming to you to give me something, so it will be difficult for you to handle them. So similarly, these PC, maybe if your server is powerful, it's okay, they can control huge, but maybe there will be some limit. Now the countermeasure is in firewall, IPS, IDS, and we have a WAF, those things. This is DOS. So the things which I show you, because I'm doing this from one place. A way to DOS on website, how to set up a website. Let me show you. I'm about to show you that one, because I just show you the DOS one example. Now coming to second example is, maybe you want to bring down a switch. Suppose this switch. So this switch has, let's see, show CDP neighbor. So this switch is only one neighbor, and they say my neighbor is the switch 1. So there is another DOS attack which is CDP flooding attack, because I show you there are many attacks related to. So I just show you this one, either this one you can consider them ICMP, and there is CDP flooding attack as well. So what you can do, they have only one neighbor, so you can use this CDP to fill this table, and also you can send a huge packet to this switch, so they will bring down and the process will be slow to response. So how we can do, let's go to attacker again, and let's do CDP flooding attack. For CDP flooding attack, I will use Yersinia-G graphically. You can use them CLI. So this is another tool to use for CDP flooding attack. Let's search for CDP, this the CDP, and click launch attack. And if you go to launch attack, there is flood CDP table and start. And now you're gonna see there will be that much entry. Before it was only one entry. You can see, and who is sending? It's a Yersinia, the utility which I'm using. So if you run this attack for 5 minutes, this switch will, the process will be slow and it will down. I don't want to down because I want to show you some other attack as well. So this is CDP flooding attack. This is also coming under DOS attack. Okay, now let's move. The guy asked me about the website, so I will show you that one, but let's discuss first the SYN flooding attack. Another attack which is part of DOS attack or DDoS attack is SYN flooding attack. SYN flooding attack basically is a hop open attack, and it is the type of denial of services, either distributed denial of services, to bring down the web server. So this attack related to web server. If you want to bring down the server, the services of HTTP or HTTPS or any application, so you can use this SYN flooding attack. But before to show you SYN flooding attack, let me tell you that basically TCP is using three-way handshake. Let's do properly, then I will show you the attack. Yeah, okay, so what I was talking about, so this is a web server. The IP address of this server is 17. Okay, let me open any system in my lab and let's go to the web browser and let me open this server. But before open, let me capture and show you three-way handshake first. Okay, so let me show you TCP three-way handshake, SYN acknowledgement and acknowledgement. We know this one, yeah? So this attack is related to TCP. So let me open TCP and now let's see. So I need to access this web server. The IP address is 17, yeah? So let me open 192.168.1.17 and enter. And here is, you will see SYN. Let me zoom it. Here is the first packet is SYN acknowledgement and acknowledgement. We call them TCP three-way handshake. Now the attack which I want to show you is related to SYN flooding attack. So it means I will send them a huge packet to this system and I will not take the response, like in this one. So this is my Kali Linux. I will send them SYN packet, and there is no one to give them acknowledgement. So the server will receive a huge packet and they will say, okay, take it. And nobody is there to take it, the packet, because this is a spoof addresses. Nobody is to answer them. You get the idea? Like same example like previously I told you. If you are working in a shop and thousand people come to you that give me this thing, and when you are trying to give them something, and when you saw there is nobody. So similarly, you are sending huge packet of SYN, and I told you what is SYN. There is a SYN acknowledgement and acknowledgement. We call them TCP three-way handshake. Now I need to perform this attack to bring down this server. Okay, so what I can do, I will tell you all these. Okay, yeah, you can change all your thing basically. This is just the basic concept to tell you. Okay, so now what I was to tell you, yeah, so I need to bring down this server. The server is working. They say this is server 4. So my system is working and TCP three-way handshake is also working. So let me minimize three-way handshake and let's go to attacker. And now this time what I need to do, Control L to clear the screen. Again I need to use hping3. But this time in hping3 I will say S means for the SYN flooding. Again you can take the help and it will tell you. Then I will type flood, and then after flood I will type P per port. Which port? Port 80, because this server is running on port 80. and then the IP address of the system. So I say 192.168.1.17. Yeah, this IP 1.17, and let me start this attack. And in Wireshark you will see they will receive a huge sync packet. There will be huge sync packets. Okay, let me stop this one. Okay, sorry, that's why I was not receiving. So it's 1.17 and enter. And now let's try to access this server. After a while this server will be down, so still they can handle it. It's depend on server how powerful the server is. Thank you. Okay, so let's try and let's try how long it will take to bring them down. Did I type correctly? 192.168.1.17. Yes, it means it has to be not now. Is you can see they said the site cannot be reached, because if I stop it will come up. Okay, and if I start again and let them run, and also let me show you, they will send a huge packet of sin, and nobody has to acknowledge. For this type of attack we are using firewall and WAF to protect them. And firewall there is a sync cookies, so they will specify, you see sin, and they will send us a huge packet, and this way there is nobody to respond. And after a while when I check this one, so the server is, they say the site cannot be reached, and let me stop and it will come up again. So this type of attack is called, now it has to come up. Okay, I will show you all this quickly in the last 5 minutes about my lab quickly. Okay, so this was the SYN flooding attack. You saw them that there was SYN acknowledgement, nobody has to respond them in acknowledgement, and we send a huge packet of SYN, and we target a web server with using hping utility. Let me go quickly to DHCP starvation attack. Another attack is related to DHCP starvation. DHCP has many attacks. I will show you two of them. To just back up without restart, just by okay. So DHCP starvation attack. DHCP we know is a dynamic host configuration protocol, and basically DHCP providing IP and related stuff. DHCP is using DORA process, discover, offer, request and acknowledgement. We know this one, yeah. Now what we will do, we will use the discover, offer, request. We will send a huge request to get all the IPs. So let me quickly show you how properly DHCP working, and then we will use the request, because it's using DORA process, yeah. So how I can show you, this is my DHCP server. So if I go to this PC, but before quickly let me capture the packet to show you DORA process. So the port which is connected down is 10. So let's go to 10. Okay. Yeah, I am recording this one. Okay. So you will get them. I will share with you. And let me start this one. So let's see quickly, and let me type here DHCP. Right now there is no DHCP packet. Let me quickly send a DHCP packet, okay, so that you can see the DORA process. So let me re-get the IP. So let me go to network manager, okay, and let me disconnect and connect this network interface. Okay, this is disconnect. So it will release the IP, and now it will get the IP again, and you will see the DORA process, discover, offer, request and acknowledgement, and here is. So discover, offer, request and acknowledgement. This is the proper way to get the IP, and you can get to my video how DHCP is working. This was just quickly to show you. The first was to release the IP. I say I don't need this IP. Now I will use this attack. Here they get the IP. This system get the IP. So I will use DHCP request to get all the IP from DHCP, and DHCP has nothing to give. And then I will launch my own DHCP in the market. So now if I go to this DHCP server, how many IPs are there? show IP DHCP binding. So you can see they only give 18 IP, not 18, almost it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 IP has been given, and we have a huge pool up to 254. Now if I want to do my attack, I need to get all these IP first, and their type of attack is called DHCP starvation attack. Okay, and the DHCP starvation attack is like this one. So what I will do, I will send a DHCP request. I just show you discover offer request, the third packet to get the IPs. And this is my DHCP server which is running from 1 to 254 IPs. I will send them that I'm a new person, give me IP, give me IP, give me IP, give me IP until all these IPs are finished. And then when a proper person come, so the DHCP server will say, okay, I don't have any more IP. All IP has been given to the client, and we don't have that much client in this in the network, and they get all the IPs by attack. And now in next step, which is the DHCP second attack, then I will launch my own rogue DHCP server in the network. So all the user, then this user say, okay, you don't have IP, let me get IP from this person. So you get the idea. So if you are not protecting your DHCP server, so these two type attack can be done easily. So let me show you. Now only 8 IP has been given. Yeah, let's go to attacker system and get this all IP. The command is Yersinia-G. Again, we will use this utility to do DHCP starvation attack. Let's go to DHCP this time and go to launch attack, and there is DHCP discover and click OK. And now let's see, all the IP will be finished. It's 29, 42, 52, 75, 98, 124, 178. Okay, I need some more to reach to 254. And let's see 192 to, yes, it's finished. Now this DHCP has no more IP to give. So this is called DHCP starvation attack, to take all the IPs by fake request. And I show you the request. If you capture this one, so they will send with the spoof MAC addresses that I need IP addresses. Now another attack related to this one is a rogue DHCP. Now I can put my own DHCP, because the actual and the real DHCP cannot give more IP. Now I will make my own fake DHCP in the network, and other user will get IPs from my DHCP, and when they are sending the packet, so I am the gateway, and they will send the packet to me, and I will capture the packet. So it's like a man in the middle attack. It's like a snipping and reconnaissance attack. So you can use this fake DHCP for 3 main purpose. So let's do it. Okay, so it will be like this one now. So before we done this attack, get all the IPs. Real DHCP has no more IP to give to the client. So when the new client came, they say, can I have an IP? They say, no, I don't have any more IP. So they say, okay, because DHCP is a broadcast packet, so they will broadcast, and this they will say, okay, as a fake DHCP server. They say, can I have an IP? They say, yes, I will give you, and they will put their IP as a gateway. So this system will send the packet to the web server through this attacker, and attacker can gain all the access. If you are sending each packet to the attacker system as a gateway, as a router, so definitely they can do whatever they want with that one. So let me show you. Okay, so let's go to our lab. So now there is no more IP. If I go to the end, so the real DHCP has no more IP, 254 is finished. And now what I can do, let me minimize this one. Either you can stop this attack, it's done. So you can stop them as well, because the IP has been taken. And what I can do, let me close this one. And another tool to use is Ethercap. Ethercap -G. Let me use this to make my fake DHCP. How I can? So I open a Ethercap, click on this, accept, okay, and after accept to start them. So I started, and now you can go to this man in the middle, and man in the middle there should be DHCP spoofing. So click on this DHCP and now give your own pool. Suppose 192.168.1.1, sorry 1.10 suppose, and 192.168 and 1.30 suppose. And net mask is definitely 255.255.255.0. And the DNS server, this is important, this is a gateway. So I need to check my IP I written here or not. Okay, I need to check my IP. What is my IP? I need to put that IP. This one is important for this attack, 16. So my IP is 16 and here I will say 192.168.1.16. So I am the gateway now. Okay, and click OK. And this attack start. Now any person in this network, when they attach, so the real DHCP server has no more IP. Let's try with this one. And now this system, what they will do, they will send a packet. Let's connect this one, and now if it is taking IP, it will show you here. Let's see, here is. So they give them the IP, and now if you check the detail of this PC, they will get the gateway up this 16. It was 16, yeah, I believe, or 1. So if I check ifconfig, so I get 1.10. And what is my route? So basically my gateway is the Kali Linux, not 1. The actual one is 1, and you can see is 16. And who is 16? 16 is this one. And now you can start your own attack. You can start Wireshark. Let me quickly show you in Wireshark. So when this PC try to send any packet outside, so the packet will come to the Kali Linux. I open something else. I need to open a Wireshark basically. Yeah, it's here. Okay, and now let's see. So these two attacks are interrelated, DHCP starvation and fake DHCP. First I take all the addresses and then I launch my own fake. So let me type Icmp. Let's do Icmp quickly. If I access anything, either ping any system, 192.1.17 suppose. So I need to receive these packet, by the way. Maybe start. It will take time, or because I am the gateway now, so whenever they are sending any packet, so these packet has to come to me, or let me send packet to outside or anywhere. Here you can see. So when I am sending packet to 88, the packet is coming to Kali Linux. But if you check this attack in any other system, it will not be like this, because other system gateway is this one, you know, this one IP, the real one. I release the IP on this one. So if I go to PC4 and let's do the same thing here, it will not be captured by Kali Linux. But if they release the IP and get new IP from our attacker system, then it will be. If I show you the route of this one, you will see the route is 1. You get the idea what is the difference between this one and this one. If I try to route here, look at 1.16, and 1.16 is basically this system. But if I try to send a packet, the packet will go like this and it will go out. But the packet of this PC, it will go to Kali Linux, and Kali Linux is working like a router as well. You can enable routing. I already enabled that one. So the packet will be route here and it will go out. Now this PC don't know that my packet is basically going to my route, not this one, it's basically going to this one. You get the idea? So this is a fake DHCP, and then you will get all the information. So when these server and these system release the IP, so this server don't have IP. So next time they will get IP from this hacker, and definitely all the packet will go through this PC and they can capture the packet. Similar like they were going to PC3 is going outside, and I'm not in the middle and I'm getting the packet, you see. And if I search anything, whatever, all the thing will be visible here. So I hope so you get the idea. This was to attack DHCP related. And for, okay, let me close this one, and also let me close Ethercap as well, and let's move to the another topic. What else we have? Then the next attack is related ARP. ARP is also very important. address resolution protocol. All router, PC, computer, each and everything is using ARP, and they are mapping IP to MAC address. If I go to my CMD and type ARP-A, so here this is ARP table. This is the the layer 3 address, and this is layer 2 address. They map them together. IP address to MAC address. We call them ARP. ARP is very important in communication between the devices. And this ARP attack is more dangerous than the MAC address, because MAC address is for 5 minutes and ARP entry is for 4 hours. So these entries are there for 4 hours, then it's wash out. MAC address wash out after 5 minutes and this after 4 hours. So that's why more attacks are related to ARP poisoning, either ARP spoofing attack we call them. And it's like a man in the middle attack between the device. Because the time is short, so I will go through quickly. So this is our topology. What will be happen in ARP poisoning attack? Suppose this user is accessing google.com, facebook.com something, and this is the actual router or firewall which is doing the routing. What I will do, and as a ARP attack, so this request will go through here and then it will go. Now this user don't know that my traffic is going indirectly to this server and is bypassing the actual router. So this guy is playing the role of the router to forward the traffic, and they can capture the details. So this is called ARP poisoning, a man in the middle attack, because you are between two devices. It means like somebody is calling to you and there is one person in the middle and they can listen your call. Both of you, they can listen. So it's like a ARP poisoning or ARP spoofing or man in the middle attack. Okay, so how we can do this ARP poisoning attack? Let me show you in this topology. So what I will do, this PC3, let me release the IP first from this system so that they can get the actual IP now. So what I can do first, let me, because now this is getting the wrong IP, it will get the real IP again. So let me connect. Okay, and let's check out the actual IPs get from the router or not from our hacker. So let me type fconfig 19 and let's route to check the route. Now the route is okay. Previously it was wrong, yeah. If you remember, it was my hacker IP. Now it's correct. Now the MAC address, I put the MAC address for this system is 333 and the MAC address of gateway is 111. I deliberately changed these MAC addresses so that you know, and the attacker MAC address is 888. So by the way, the MAC address, let me quickly show you here. I changed the MAC address just for the sake of understanding. So if I go to fconfig, so here the MAC address is 333. I hope so you can see them. So this is the MAC address, and let's see the ARP entry. So the ARP entry is only the gateway, and by the way, the gateway is wrong. It shouldn't be this IP. Maybe, let me see, I change this MAC address. By the way, let me see, control show interface fast ethernet 0/1 interface fast ethernet 0/1 or 1/0 and yeah, so the MAC address is changed. So let me change them again. So interface fast ethernet 1/0, and let me change the MAC address 1234 and I don't know which MAC address I give them. So let's see, the MAC address is 1111. Okay, so the last is 1111 and change and no shutdown. So I change the MAC address just temporarily so that we can easily trace them. And let's check out again the ARP entry. So it should be 111 now, you see. So let me quickly tell you, the MAC address is 11 of this device, the gateway, and this PC MAC address is 333, and the attacker MAC address is, let me see if it is this one or not. So let me quickly check out fconfig, and let's see the MAC address. I changed them, is 88. I hope so you can see it's very small. Here is. So by make changer, you can use a command sudo su and kali, and here is make changer. You can use this make changer to change the MAC address. I use that command to put this new MAC address so that we can do properly. Okay, so now let's do the R poisoning attack. I want that when these two devices do communication, I want to make myself in the middle here. So when they are sending the packet and receiving the packet, it will be through by this attacker system. You get the idea? That's what I want. And how I can achieve this? By R poisoning. So when PC3 is sending packet to outside, I will get the copy. And when they are receiving anything, I will get the copy. And it will be through this attacker system. This is called R poisoning, or man in the middle attack. How we can do it? Let's start. So I'm here. Let me zoom it, Control L. And now let's open Ethercap again. Sorry, why I missed Ethercap-G, and let me open Ethercap. Sorry guys. Okay, and now what I can do, so let me start this attack. Sorry, it's close. By mistake I click on the close button. So I open a Ethercap and let me start this capture. Okay, for some reason it's crashed, so let me open it again. Okay, you need to click this accept button to start. Okay, sorry, I'm in sudo su, sorry, it should be run as a, and now I can run Ethercap and -G. Now it will work. Sorry, it was like a normal user. So I start this one. Okay, next what I need to do here is to scan the network. So you can click on this one to scan the network, and they will find the user in the network. So let's see how many they found out. 10 host. How I know? So click on the second one, host list. So this one. So our target is there, I believe. It's this. That's why I changed the IP. You know now. And this one is router. So one is router, and this is the my target. Okay, so what I can do, click on this one and add to target 1, and click this one to add to target 2. So let me show you my target. If I click on Ethercap menu and target, and let's see current target. So here is, these two are my target to come between these two. So I search them in the network, I scan the user, I found out my target and the gateway. And now these two are my target. Now next, there is this small man in the middle menu. Click on this one, and there is R poisoning, and start R poisoning and click OK. Now poisoning is start. What will happen? So now if I go to this PC will say that the router MAC address is, it was 11, yeah, before. Now they say the router MAC address is 88. And router will say that the MAC address of PC3 is 88. So this way they will send the packet to attacker both. So just before it was 11, yeah. Now let's check out again. You see, they say that the 11 MAC addresses, which was the actual was this one, but I spoofed them. It said the MAC address of the gateway is 88. What about this guy? They will do the same thing. Show IP ARP and the 19. It's say the 19. Basically 19 is this PC. They say the MAC address, the Kali Linux is this one, 16. So the MAC address is also here and also here. You get the idea? So now my attack is started. Sir, this is due to continuous ARP. Yes, what I done, this has to be running like this. What I done, I say that these two are my target, spoof them, show 119, this PC, your own MAC address, this MAC address of this Kali Linux, and also to the gateway. So now I'm in the middle of between these two. So what I can do, if I open a Wireshark and do, if they want to do anything, so I will receive all the thing automatically. So let me open a Wireshark and when this PC start to send anything, so it will be capture. Yeah, so now let's see. Let me send telnet, because telnet is more visible and more. So let me type here, suppose telnet. So no traffic. Yeah, now I'm sending packet from here to here. I don't have anything so that I can receive, but because are poisoning, so if I try and do telnet to the gateway 192.168.1.1, so I will receive the packet here. Here is, they say 119 is going to 1.1 for telnet traffic, and I can receive not only telnet. This is just to show you in the lab. If they do any communication, you will receive the communication, because now you are in the middle. So PC3 is pretending that I am sending the packet direct to R1, but basically they are sending the packet to you. Similar like here I show in the diagram, this one. So it's not sending to the router, it's sending through this one and going outside. You get the idea? So this is called R poisoning attack, and it's like a man in the middle attack. So let me quickly close this one. Okay, stop. And because the time is over, I have some other DNS poisoning attack, and similarly SQL injection attack. And finally, let me quickly go through the countermeasure. So basically you need to change your password regularly. Maybe I have a diagram for password. It's here. Password is like a underwear. So don't leave them out and change them regularly, and don't share them. So definitely we don't share this one. Yeah. So similarly, password is very important in this countermeasure of cyber security. And what is update your operating system application regularly. Use firewall, IPS, IDS, WAF for the other what is called application or application layer. Okay, so you need to use WAF. Okay, and avoid opening email from unknown sender. Use VPN and VLAN to segregate your traffic. Take backup regularly. Okay, and the best thing is you need to train your employees. So these are the security key pillars. You need to endpoint security, network security, info protection, identity management, application security management, and so many other things. Okay, so these are the cyber attack which normally happen, and what is the most. So training is the most important, because human firewall is the best. If you train your users, if you install a lot of firewall, IPS, IDS, next generation firewall, WAF, so many things. If you have VPN, you have protection, you have security guard, you have CCTV, everything is useless until your user are not trained. So you can manipulate by social networking. There is social networking attack as well. I forgot. Social engineering attack. So you can easily manipulate a human. So the best firewall is human firewall. Until you not train your user, don't open this one, don't do this one. And also in many organizations we arrange such thing. We deliberately send them email. We make a honeypot for our users, and after a training still they click on the link. Trust me, I have all the report. I can show you that when we check the report, show that many user after the training 1 hour, when we send them a fake email related to lottery and all those things, and from managers, still they open those links without checking the above link. So human firewall is the most things for cyber security. Okay, and unknown link, as I told you, most of things is happen from this one. Beside this, you need to use port security and Cisco ICE and so many other, like a .1x for .1x authentication, firewall, next generation firewalls, and definitely I need to focus on the user training related to cyber security attack. I hope so you at least get some idea, and maybe I will arrange another webinar related to this, and I will show you some more attack and some more advanced things. I hope so you like the course and you like this webinar, and that's it. If you have any question, you can ask me.